Okay, for everyone, I think the problem statement is clear. The problem statement is that I want to block Facebook, I want to block YouTube, and I can block n number of websites, but I don't want human intervention to do this task. First, I will show you how I can do the same thing with the intervention of human. Then we will create a script for the same, and it will take approximately 1 hour to complete this session. So have a patience. Okay, so for block these websites, okay, block any website, what we have to do, okay, we have to go over this location. Inside this location, okay, we have to go into the C drive. Okay, for Mac and for Linux, you have to check where exactly this file is. Okay, but inside Windows, this file is available into this directory. But for the Mac, because I don't know where exactly inside Mac that directory, but the file name is, I suppose, same. Okay, the file name is, I suppose, same. So please go through over the internet for this particular file from Mac where exactly this file is. But inside Windows, this file is available into, you know, Windows, into C, into Windows. Inside Windows, there is system32. Okay, there is system32. I will give you each and everything, don't worry about it. Okay, into this there is drivers. Okay, into this there is drivers. Okay, into drivers we have etc. Into etc we have a file. That file is host. Okay, that file is host. Hey, this one is a file. Okay, this one is a file. I am opening it with Notepad. Okay, I don't know what happened to it. Okay, so I am opening with it Notepad or Notepad++. So here, this one is the location where you have to manually type what websites that you want to block. Okay, what websites that you want to block. Okay, so this file is system file. This file is a system file. It will not give you permission to edit anything over here. Okay, it will not give you any permission to do anything over here. So you are not supposed to do it. Let's suppose I do any changes, any modification inside this file, it won't allow you. Now you can check, it is asking you new name. Okay, it is asking you new name. It is not overwriting the previous one. So this is one funda. Okay, so how I can do it? So how I can do it? For doing such activities, what we have to do? We have open. Okay, we have open CMD, command prompt, same thing. Okay, command prompt, same thing. So this time this command prompt, and right click over here. Okay, my system is little slow, it will take time. Right click over here, run as a administrator. Okay, run as a administrator. Now this is open. Okay, this is open. Now you can check it out. This prompt is open into the administration mode. That's mean you have each and every privileges. You can do n number of activities. Now you can play with the Windows files. Okay, now it will give you the permission because you are acting as an administrator. So how I can open it? Here I have to type Notepad. Okay, Notepad, and I have to open this file, that is the host. Okay, hosts. Okay, now this file is open. Let me, I think, please check these spellings. HOSTS, Notepad, HOSTS. Okay, now do you want to get no new file? What is happening over here? So, sorry. First you have to copy this location. Sorry, that's my apologies. First you have to copy this location and you have to reach on this directory. Now you can check it out. Now present working directory is this one. I already show you the command. Okay, ch, or you can use cd. Now you are presently working over here. Here this file that you want to open. So I am opening this file. Okay, now this file is open. Now how I can block it? That is the question. So blocking this file manually, what you have to do, you have to type this 127.0, okay, 0 and 1. Okay, this one is the IP which is the reserved. Okay, which is reserved for every machine. How we can confirm our internet is running or not? With the help of this IP. Okay, and after that you have to, which site that you want to block. Okay, I want to block facebook.com. Okay, now you have privileges. Okay, now you have privileges that you can do the modification into the system files, because this is the system file. Okay, now I am closing it. I am saving it. Now happily your file is saved. Okay, now if you again open it, now you can check it out. Now you can check it out. There is a content, whatever content that you have written. Now this is activated on your system. Now go to over here. Okay, go over here, and I am going to refresh it. It's opening. Why it's opening? Because it's taking the cache data. Okay, it's taking the cache data. Might be it will open over here. Okay, might be it will open over here. Now I will show you into another tab. So I am opening over here. Okay, this one is a Facebook. Now I am opening. Now you can check. You can check this site is not reachable. Okay, this site is not reachable. Now again, now you can see the real scenario. Now let's suppose the time is 4 p.m. Okay, the time is 4 p.m. Now I am clicking over here. Okay, now I am clicking over here. I am removing. Okay, I am removing from here and I am saving it. Okay, Control S, and I saved it. Now again same thing, when I refresh it, now you can check it out. The Facebook is start working. Okay, the Facebook is start working. You can block any number of websites. Okay, again I will show you one more time. Now okay, this 9 a.m. I have to close it. Okay, I have to close it. Sorry for the delay. Okay, sorry for the delay. Now again what I have to write, 127.0.0.1, which site I want to block, www.facebook.com. Okay, sorry sir, sorry I am late, it's 10, already late. Okay, because this is the done by the human intervention. So here again I refresh it. Okay, again here I refresh it because it's taking the cache data. Okay, so it's taking the cache data. So again I think the change is not made. Let me check. 127, and this one is www.facebook.com. okay, let me save it. 127.0.0. okay, because it's taking the cache data. Okay, it's taking the cache data. Sometimes it would happen, but whenever you pass, I think, username and password, it will not work. It will not work. I think it's working. Why it's working? Because it's taking the cache data. Okay, it's taking the cache data. So let me open it again. Control Shift N. Okay, now I am entering the Facebook. Now you can check it out. It's not working. As soon as I remove this content from that file, because sometimes it's take the cache data. If your cache, your system is good, then it will hold your previous data. But whenever you enter a new username and password, why it's taking it? Because my system inside cache, my username and password is saved. That's why it's automatically get over there. But normally what we did inside other system, you are never saved the username and passwords. So for that time, it again sent the request to the the Facebook server. At that time the request will fail because I already stopped this. Okay, now as soon as I removed it, now you can check. As soon as I remove it, it's automatically start working. Let me try one more time over here. So might be this time it will not take my cache data. If you do a restart of the system, then it will work very fine. So I am saving it. Now this time I am saving it. Okay, now let me refresh it. Okay, it's taking the cache data. Okay, let me close it and reopen it. Let me close it and reopen it. So here let me type it. Now you can check it out. I think the picture is clear to everyone. So
this IP address, is that an IP address there?
Yes sir, it's a reserve IP address. If I want to check my system is responding or not, then I have to write this command, ping 127.0.0 and 1. This is the reserve IP. Now I am getting the reply. That's mean my network is working very fine. Okay,
that's only for you though, right?
Yeah, it's a reserve. It's a reserve for every system, because this is just like a firewall. Okay, it's a reserve for every system.
But it's going to be different for me as well.
No. It's I don't know the Ireland standard, but I think yes, this won't be different for you. It will work fine on your system as well. 127 is reserved for everyone. Okay, for every system. Okay, so it will work fine for anywhere in the world. You just try it. 99.9% surety this will work fine. Okay, so I think you guys clear the picture what exactly that we have to do. So for the time being, I am removing it. Okay, I am removing because sometime we forgot it, and 90% student come back to me, sir, our our Facebook is permanent blocked, how we can change it. Okay, so don't worry about it. So now what I am doing, understand this concept. So I got the I get the clarification what exactly we have to do. This is the human, with the help of the human intervention. Now I want to remove the human intervention into this concept. Okay, I want my system automatically check my time. Okay, if the time is beyond that limit, that's mean you have to unblock. Okay, if the time is into that limits, then what you have to do, you have to block. Okay, blocking and unblocking, and I know how we can block it, and we know how we can unblock it. Okay, both concept we know. Now these things, this entire step I did manually. I go over there and I change it by my own, but I want now this time what I want my Python script do it automatically. Here the role of time, so we have to play with the time module. Okay, the role of file handling, because this is the concept of the file handling, that you have to play with the files, because you have to deal with the files, you have to change the data from that file, you are supposed to write the data into that files. So these major things are there, the file handling concept. Okay, and the second one is your time module. These are the two important things whenever you are supposed to solve this kind of problem. Okay, so this is again very good use case. You can implement this thing into your system to to block your children's. That I did it into the real time scenario. My in another laptop, my the child basically used to watch Facebook, not Facebook, YouTube, and entire of the day. I implemented this script and automatically it's block each and everything, and they have only time 5 to 6 p.m. Okay, between the 5 to 6 p.m. they are supposed to do the Facebook. They don't know Facebook exactly. They are supposed to do the YouTube videos. Normally on the whole day what they do, they watch video, GTA game videos, and you can say the another cartoon videos, and I use this script for in my real time scenarios. Okay, so understand this concept. So first thing, yeah, please.
Can it be done on the phones as well?
No, this cannot be happen into the phone, but we can find out an alternate for the same. We can do it, but we can find out the alternate for the same. So okay, so first thing what I am doing, I am copying it. Everyone is suffering for the same problem. Every parents are suffering for the same problem. Every child is busy with the mobile, even they are adults or even they are child. Okay, so first what I am doing, I am copying it, because I don't want to do with the the original data. First I don't want to do anything with the original data. Let me try my script, and I am making a copy of this script, and when my my script is working fine on this particular copied script, then I will come back to the original script. Okay, what I am doing for the safe side, sometime because our script will not work fine, and that can be changed the the previous settings. So what I am doing, I am just copying it. Okay, I am copying it and I am closing each and everything. I am going to my own folder. Okay, I am going to my own folder, F Python for basics. Okay, inside my work. Okay, inside my work I am going to this, and I am making over here folder, and the folder name is project. Okay, simple. I think the project is already there. Project. Okay, file handling. Okay, I am opening it. Now I am pasting over here. First I will test my script over here. If it work fine over here, then I will go back to the the original one. For the testing purpose, I am just making a copy for the same. Now understand it. What I have to do? First thing, I already told you that you have to play with the time module. So first, the time is majorly play the important role, because you have to put your constraint on this time that you want to play. Okay, so the first is the time constraint, is the important one, and the second one is your continuity. So this loop should be run into the continuity. Okay, for the continuity we have a loop, while true loop. Okay, we have a loop that is the while true loop, and the next is that what we want, we have to play with the files. So three major steps are there. Okay, three major steps are there. Rest of the things are same, whatever we learn throughout our sessions. Okay, so let me show you. I am making a new file. Okay, I am making a new file, and the name of the file is new. Where is new? Okay, new. Okay, I am making a new. Just sorry. Okay, so this one is my file. Okay, inside my file I will write a script for the same. So I am starting a script. Okay, I will explain step by step. Don't worry about it. In one shot, might be you cannot understand it, but yes, just try to observe the things and watch my video on the repeat mode. The picture would be more and more clear. And hardly you can imagine it. It's a 20 line of code, max to max 20 line of code that we are going to be write. Okay, import time. So first I have to import this time module, and there is one module from date time. Okay, date time. I am importing. Okay, import date time. Okay, date time as dt. I am giving you the nickname. And we know it, what exactly we did, because we already discussed this into the function chapter. Okay, the function chapter where we create our own function and what are the various possibilities that importing the another modules. Okay, so here I am making a host path. Okay, so it's a variable host path. Okay, for this time I am copying this path. Okay, I am copying this path, Control C, and I am pasting over here, Control V. Okay, always whenever you play with the paths, just make where are the one slash, just try to give the two slashes, and I will tell you why so. Because sometime your folder name is, let's suppose, n, so it will treat it, if there is a single slash, then it will treat it as a slash n. That's mean the next line. To avoid this thing, I am using this. Okay, so always whenever you play with the paths, try to convert it into the double slashes, whereas the one slashes. Okay, so this one is my path. Okay, this one is my path, and inside this there is a file that I want to change. Okay, so I want to change this file. That file name is hosts. Okay, this one is a file. Now I think the picture is clear. From temporary basis I am picking out this file because I don't want to play with the original one, because sometime your script can change the previous content, and this is the system file, so it will take care about this type of thing whenever you are playing with the system files. Always copy them into some another directory, then you are supposed to change them, because if you do the modification with the original one, might be your content can be corrupted. Okay, and it will start giving you the problem whenever your system is starting. So always take care about this concept, because this is a very simple file and I can do the same thing over the direct path, but always try to do this practice. Okay, so I copied it, I specify it. Okay, this one is my path from where I will pick this file. Okay, so the next is what I am doing, I am making a redirect. Okay, direct. So here what I have to impart, we have to impart this. Okay, we have to impart this. So everything I am putting inside the variables. Now the next is website underscore list. Okay, this is the list of website which I want to block. Okay, I want to block www.facebook. Okay, and the next one that I want to block www, whatever sites that you want to block, you can put over here www. For example, YouTube. Okay, youtube.com, and n number of website that you want to block, you can put over here. Okay, the next one is okay, this should be a continue loop. Okay, while true, and this should be a continue loop. It will never break. Okay, it will never break, because I want to run throughout the entire life cycle of the system. So it will while true, continuous loop. Now the main thing is that there are two possibilities. The one possibility is the time constraint. Okay, if the time is, now observe carefully, if the time is between 9 to 4, what you have to do, then you are supposed to write these things into that file. Okay, these things into that file. If the time is between this, okay, I will pick out this time. Okay, let's suppose right now the time is 2 p.m. Just take example. Okay, I am taking the Ireland time. Okay, I think Ireland, the time is what time, sir, in Ireland? 6 o'clock. Okay.
1758.
Okay. So I am not supposed to take Ireland. What is the time in UK, sir? Sorry.
Same
Oh,
time.
same.
So
Okay,
same.
okay, okay, okay. So I'm, so I'm taking a time. I'm let's supposing a time. The time is, let's suppose right now it's a 2 p.m. Okay. When the time is between this, now this time, let's suppose the 2 p.m. is there. So what I am doing, what I am supposed to do, I have to write this content into that file. Okay. I have to write this content into that file. Else the time is, let's suppose 6 p.m. Now this time, this is the fun hours where I can do anything. Okay, at that time, whatever you have to do, you have to remove it. Okay, you have to remove from this host file. Two operations are there. One is the read, okay, and then you are supposed to write. Another operation is, if already there, then you are supposed to remove it. If already there, then you don't have to do it. I am repeating this concept once more. Okay, let's suppose the time is 9, okay, 9, just observe this scenario. Right now the time is 9 a.m. 1 second. What is the meaning of this? The time is between into this limit. Okay, now what I have to do? I have to immediately go to this file and I have to write these things into that file. That's it. My task is done. Okay, my task is done. Now it will keep checking because this is the continue loop. It will keep checking. Okay, now let's suppose it's continuously checking. Now the time is 10. In 10, again the condition is same one, already written. If the already written, that's it. I don't have to do anything. Okay, I don't have to do anything. If there is not written, if there is no Facebook and YouTube inside this time duration, then I have to perform this activity. Observe carefully. Okay, if I am repeating once again, if the content is already there, then you are not supposed to do anything during this time period. If the content is not there, then you are supposed to write it. Okay, because as soon as the time is more than 9, doesn't matter it's 1 second or it's a 2 second, but the condition, this one is a true. When this one is a condition true, the first step that you have to write the content. When you write the content, in the next iteration, it will again check, because this is continuous loop. It will check at 9, 9, 5, let's suppose. It will check at 9, 6, 9, 7, 9, 8, 9, 9. Continuously, it will keep on working. And every time it will start searching. If the content is already there during this time period, then it doesn't have to do anything. Okay. Now let's suppose the time is 4 and 1 second. Okay, 4 and 1 second. Now this condition is true. Then immediately it will move to the fun hours. Okay, I am considering it as it's as a working hour, it's as a fun hour. So immediately it will move to the else part, and else part, immediately it will write the content. Okay, it will write the content. Now it will write the content, obvious. Okay, because the time limit has been crossed. Okay, so it will write the content. Now it will again go, again this condition is true, okay, because this is the continuous loop. Again this condition is fail, and this condition is fail, again it will check it, okay, perfectly, already the content is not there, I don't have to do anything. Okay, because I am into fun hours, because time is after this 4. So content is clear. If the time is between 9 to 4, then you are supposed to write the content. If content is already there, then you are not supposed to do anything. Okay, in the else part, same concept. In the else part, if the else part when will be executed? When the time is more than this 4 p.m. Okay, when the time is more than this 4 p.m., then it will execute into the else part. If there is content, you have to delete that content. Okay, if there is not that content, you don't have to do anything. That's mean already happened. Now immediately the time will become 9. Okay, after else time, let's suppose the entire day, the next day, the time become 9:1. Okay, again that this condition is true. After truing of this condition, then you are again moved to this and you are supposed to write again. Okay, if now this process will keep on working. Okay, so I think the picture is clear. So now I simply define this host path, because I took this path for the not on the original file. This one is the same content exactly I copied from that particular from the original original directory, and this one is a redirect that I have to write, and this is the content, this is the website that I want to close, and this is my while true loop. Inside while true loop, Why I use while true loop? Because I have to do it in the continuity. So understand it. So now first thing is that you have to play with time. Okay, you have to play with time. First you have to check. Okay, first you have to get this time. If this time is between 9 and 4, okay, if this time is between 9 and 4, then what you have to do? You have to write, you have to open this file. Okay, you have to open this file, you have to open it, and in this file that you are supposed to write the content. That's it. Okay, so first I am going to the shell to make the things more easier. I'm opening the shell. So I'm showing you how exactly this datetime function works. So I'm copying it. Okay, I'm copying it, I'm pasting over here. Okay, now first understand the datetime function work. Okay, for this datetime, how exactly this datetime works, now observe it. So I am getting dt, okay, dt dot now mean it will return me the dt dot now. Okay, now it is returning me the time. Okay, this is 2020 7th month. Okay, 14 date. This one is month, this one is a date, this one is the time. According to India, the time is 22 and 35 in the 24 format. Okay, it's give you the time, always return you the time into the 24 hours format. So this one is the seconds, this one is the milliseconds. Okay, this one is the second, this one is the minute. Right now that this one is the time, you can check over here on the bottom of this 10:35, 7:14 and 2020. Okay, so I want to get, okay, I want to check the month, only month. Now it mon th, so dt dot now dot month. Okay, now it will return you month. Now I want to check year. Okay, now it is returning me the year. Okay, so observe carefully. Now what I am doing, if, okay, if dt, I am typecasting it. Okay, if, now observe carefully, if dt dot now dot, okay, year, okay, year, comma, I am again copying it, Control C, okay, comma, because now I check it out, it give me the data into this format. First year, then month, then day, then time, then minutes, okay, hours, then minutes, then seconds, then milliseconds. Okay, so dt dot now dot year, I got it. Okay, the next is dt dot now dot month. Okay, now dt dot now dot day. Okay, dt dot now dot day. After that, after day, okay, what it's returning me? It's returning me the time. So here I am specifying my own time. For example, I want 9. Okay, 9, it's mean 9 a.m. Okay, 9 a.m. So I am specifying it. Now if I print it, you will get 2020. Okay, then your month is 7. Okay, then day is 14. Then you will get time, that is the 9, because I specify by my own, because I want to justify a condition. Okay, so this one. Okay, now if, okay, if my right now time, okay, my right now time, that is how I can get my right now time, dt dot now. Okay, dt dot now. If it is right now time is greater than this time, that's mean right now time, this will return you the exact time, what time right now. If it is greater than the 9, okay, and again should be less than, okay, and should be less than from my time limits. Okay, should be less than from my time limits. Now let me copy entirely the same thing, Control C, and should be less than from, okay, from 4 mean 16. Okay, 4 mean 16. So what I have to do, I have to mention over here print of working hours. Okay, print of working hours, else, okay, else part, else print of non-working hours. Okay, now can you tell me what output will be printed? Can you tell me what output will be printed? Can you please tell me what output will be printed? Working hour or non-working hours? Can you please tell me what output I will get? Okay, I am giving you time for 2 minutes and I will come back to you. Okay, I am giving you time for 2 minutes and I will come back to you. Okay, so just think about it and try to implement inside your mind. Okay, I am coming back to you. Okay, now you get the clarity with the script. Now the output is not working hour. Why so? Because I specify a clause over here. Okay, I specify a clause over here. If the time is between this one dt.now, is it between 9 to the 16. The 16 means the 4 p.m. Okay, if it is between this, then I have to print on the screen that is the working hour. Otherwise, the non-working hours. That's mean right now I am into the non-working hours. Okay, if I want to go into the working hours, then what time I have to print over here? So if I want to block, let's suppose for the testing of this script, I am printing over here. Let's suppose the time is between 10 to I want to block. Okay, I want to block. The 10 mean the 22. Okay, the 22 to 23. Okay, so I want to block my website from 10 to 11. Okay, from 10 to 11. So now you will get the output, that is the working hours. I think this script is clear to everyone. I am copying it. Yes, please. This script is clear to, this concept is clear to everyone. Okay, now I am copying it. So I am putting over here. Okay, I am putting over here. Now the base condition is ready. Okay, my base condition is ready. So here now I am saving this content. I am saving it, file, save as. Okay, save as, and I am giving the name file handling. Okay, script dot py. Okay, now it's saved. So now I am going to execute it. cmd. Okay, so cmd. Now I am writing PySpace file handling script. Now you can get the working hours. Okay, so make it more smooth. To make it more smooth, what I am doing, I am using a concept time dot sleep, as we already seen in the the string section when we made a program. So this thing, now you can check it out. Working hour. Okay, if I want to change, I want to come back into the fun hours, then what I have to do, I have specify my own timing over here. Let's suppose I want to close it from 9 to 60. Okay, that's I am specifying. You can specify something, whatever, 9 to 4. Okay, 9 to 2 p.m. If you want to execute this tape as a 9 to 2, then you can do this. So PySpace. Now you can check that's a non-working hour. Okay, or you can mention that's a fun hours. So now my base script is ready. I think this picture is clear to everyone. So what I can do next, now my concept is, now I know it, if the time is this one, okay, then I have to move into the working hours, and then I have to open this file, and after opening this file I have to perform some activity. So for the same, what I am doing, okay, now my code is started. Okay, now my code is started. Now with open, as we discussed into the yesterday's video, with open, which file that I want to open, host path, I want to open it. On which mode I want to open it? I want to open it read and write mode, because I have to perform both the activities. If the content, first I have to read the content. If the content is there, that's it. Otherwise you are supposed to perform the write activity. So I am opening this file into the both of the mode, read and write. That's means I am supposed to first read the content, then I am supposed to write that content. Okay, now observe this scenario. With open, as f, this become the file pointer. Okay, this become the file pointer. So now first I am reading the content. Content is equal to, okay, f dot read. So read mean I am reading the entire data in the form of the string. I read it out and I put it into the content. Okay, I put it into the content. The next is, now I want to check what I want to check, whether the content, inside this content, the Facebook is there. If the Facebook is there, then my task is done. I don't need to do anything. If the Facebook is there, then I don't need to do anything. If the Facebook is not there, if the YouTube is not there, then I am supposed to write something. And what I have to write? I have to write this Facebook and YouTube. First I will check if, okay, if, now if, let's suppose website in website, okay, website in website underscore list. I am iterating that list. I am iterating that list. Okay, first inside website, what will be happen? Facebook. After second, okay, sorry, if, sorry, first I have to iterate it. Sorry for the same. First I have to iterate it. Okay, what I have to do? For, okay, for iterating it. Now inside website, what will be happen? The first it will come Facebook. Now I have to check whether this Facebook is present into the data or not. If that website, okay, in content, okay, if that website is already there, that's mean I already written. Okay, I already written. If I already written over there, then what I have to do? I have to do nothing. So for the nothing, just I have to do nothing. What is the meaning of that? I don't need to do any task. Okay, the pass is a transfer statement. Now just similar like to this, ball is in my court, what I have to do? I have to just pass it. That's it. I am not supposed to do anything. So at that time, if the requirement is something like this, okay, you don't want to do anything, but you have ball, okay, but you don't want to anything. So what situation is there? The pass is there. Else, now else, if the content is not there, okay, if the content is not there, then what you have to do? You have to write. So for writing, what we have to do? f.write method. What you have to write? Okay, what you have to write? The first that you have to write 127. Okay, 127 that I already decided into the variable, that is the redirect. If you are not comfortable with that variable, then what you can write manually. Okay, you can write manually. Okay, you can write manually. And what next that you have to write? Okay, so I am pressing after that /t. /t means the tab space. Okay, the tab, after printing it, the tab would be appear over there, and after that what you have to concat? What you have to concat? You have to concat that website. Okay, you have to concat that website. Now observe this scenario. Now let's suppose the time is 9:01 second. That's mean I jump from else to if. Okay, its meaning is this, I just jumped from else to if. Now this time the content is not there. The content is not there. Okay, so what I am doing? I am opening this file. I open this file. Okay, I open this file. That file already present over here, and I read the entire content. Okay, I read the entire content. I got each content. Now for website in website list, so I have multiple websites. First inside website, the Facebook is there. Okay, the Facebook is there. Now I have to check the FB in content. No, there is no content. No FB inside this content. Why so? Because it's just move from the else to if. If just move from the else to if, it's mean it's just coming from the non-working hours to working hours. So whenever it's just jump from the non-working hours to the working hours, at that time that content is not there. Okay, so this condition, then it will move to the else part. Okay, this condition failed, then it will move to the else part. Now what it will do? It will write this. It will write this combination. Okay, it will write this 127.0.0.1, then tab, then Facebook, and after that now the second is YouTube. Again, no, YouTube is not there because it's just jump from else to if. Okay, now again it will write this, that is the YouTube. Okay, the content has been written. Same activity done on 9:03 seconds. Okay, 9:03 seconds, because it will approximately take 1 or 2 seconds to complete this task. Now again same condition, because this is the continuous loop. This will keep on running. So on 93 seconds, not minutes, 3 seconds. It's again check it. Now this time the website in content, because I already written into the 9 of 1 seconds. Okay, now this time is available there. The Facebook is available there, and this one, your YouTube is available there. If this is available, then I have to do nothing. Okay, then I have to do nothing. Now I think the picture is clear. Again, it will checking, keep on check. On what time this if will be fail? When the time is more than this, okay, more than this 4 p.m. because I already specify over here. So now your else part will be working. So I think this is clear. The if is clear to everyone. So I'm saving it, I'm running it. Okay, now this time I am inside the which hours. Let me check. So I am non-working hour. So I didn't specify the task of the non-working hour. I just specify the working hours task. So first let me show you. There is, if I open this file, okay, if I open this file, so you can check there is no Facebook, there is no, there is no Facebook and there is no YouTube. So first what I have to do? Here I have to change the time limits. Okay, I have to change the time limits. So time limits I am specifying over here from 10 to 11. Okay, from 10 to 11. So from 10 to 11, these are my working hours. Okay, now I am executing it. So I want these things between 10 to 11 p.m. So I am cleansing it now. You can check these are the working hours. Okay, you can check these are the working hours. Now you can check. You can open this script. Let me check it whether the Facebook is written. Yes, you can check it out. The content has been written. So now it is writing into the same line. Why so? Because I forgot to enter the /n and explicitly we have to specify it. So you can check it out. The content has been written. Okay, the content has been written because it's just jump to the else to if condition. So explicitly what I am doing f dot write of /n. My first if task is ready. Okay, my if task is ready. So what I am doing, I am opening it and I am closing, I am removing it. Okay, now you can check. Save, because my script is running. No, I close this script. No, my script is running. Now I'll go through this and I will check it. Okay, I go through it, I will check it. Now you can check. This has been written on which manner that I want to write. Exactly the things has been written. So my if is ready. If the time close is this one, then what you have to do, I'm stopping this script. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to write the first. Now the task is done. Here I am marking time dot sleep of 1 second. Okay, just for the, okay, now my if task is done, that's mean my first the first step is ready. Now again think, if this condition is fail, when this condition will be fail? After 4 p.m. Okay, after 4 p.m. this condition will be fail. So I have to work over here. Now this time I have to work for here. Now for the same, what I am doing now, this time the first case, the content is there. Okay, the content is there. So first that you have to, because it's just jump from this to this. Okay, it's just jump from this to this. If it is jump from this to this, that's mean in the first time, whenever let's suppose 4 or 1 second, at that time what I have to do, I have to remove the content, because content is already there, because it's jump from this to this, and now I am shifting to the non-working hours, and the non-working hours that I have to remove that content. So I am doing the same thing. Okay, so in the non-working hours, what I have to do, understand it. First you have to again open this file. I am copying the entirely same thing because it is mandatory first that you have to open this file. I am opening it, Control C, and I am pasting over here Control V. Okay, good. So first again you have to do the same thing, that you have to open this file, and what you have to do now, this time, okay, this time content, okay, content is equal to f dot read lines. Okay, read lines. So read lines mean entire data in the form of list. So every lines, whatever lines inside this, okay, whatever lines inside this, that will be written in the form of list, okay, in the form of list. So first task is I done. I read the content. Now line by line, okay, line by line you have to check, okay, line by line you have to check. Now observe this scenario, so inside data, inside these files, basically inside this file, because these files are unstructured data, okay, whenever data is unstructured, there is no direct way. You simply jump over here, okay, you simply jump over here and try to make changes, because this is not possible, okay, this is not possible. So let's suppose you just try a logic, and let's suppose the person enter these spaces, your logic will be fail, okay, your logic will be fail. So the thing is that whenever, okay, whenever, let me, because I do some, okay, whenever, so whenever you have to play with unstructured data, this is pure unstructured data, okay, pure unstructured data. So whenever you are playing with the unstructured data, there is no direct way that you are supposed to move over here and you change this. There is no such way, okay, keep this funda into the mind. But yes, in the case of rows and column, you know it, this first column is a roll number, this one is a name, this one is a branch, this one is a, the fee status. So you know it very well. Let's suppose you want to process this data, okay, you can directly jump over here. How you can jump over here? After iterating this number of lines. Let's suppose you want to process the roll number 110. So you can directly reach over here, read this, and entirely you will read over here. So this can be happen into the structured data, but here the concept is different one, that is the unstructured data. Just imagine it, 1011110 roll number, you want to change the name, okay, you want to change the name. Let's suppose the name is Ram, that now you want to change the Ram Kumar. It is very easy. First you have to reach over here. After that, the next column, you definitely know the next column is a roll number, name, and you have to make some changes over here. This is very easy in the case of the structured data. But about in the unstructured data, because that is the one of the biggest challenge into the big data industry. So this one is a purely unstructured data. So how I can process it? So observe carefully how I can check it out. If I read this data line by line, okay, if I read this data line by line, so I know inside my list I have entire data line by line. So now let's suppose first line come to me. Now I am checking, okay, because I am into the fun hour. I know I am into the fun hours. Now I will check, is there Facebook? No. Is there not Facebook? Now the next line will come to you, okay, is there Facebook? No. Is there Facebook? No. Is there Facebook? No. Okay, when you reach on this line, yes, there is Facebook. What activity that you have to do? You have to remove this line, okay, you have to remove this line. So for removing the line, we have a truncate option, okay, for truncate option. So in the next line, again you get the Facebook. Yes, there is Facebook, because you already put a constraint that you want to process Facebook and you want to process the YouTube, okay. So these both lines contain the content which is not required into the fun hours, okay, into the non-working hours. So you have to remove these two lines. So this one is the way, little diplomatic way. Direct way is not there, that you are supposed to move or jump into this row, is this line directly, okay. You are not supposed to jump on this line directly and supposed to perform this activity. Let's suppose, okay, the person by mistake your script write it over here, okay. Let's suppose your script write it over here, okay. You want to block, let's suppose, any xyz.com, okay, xyz.com. So you write the script according to this. So that time it would not work fine, okay. So again the concept is same. Again you have to read this line, because this is the space. Again. When they come over here, then you are supposed to remove it. Now I think the picture is clear how exactly we are going to remove it. I am repeating once again, in the unstructured data there is no such way directly that you are supposed to go over that line and delete that line. So how we can tackle this situation? This is little diplomatic, and this is very useful concept. In some of time we have to use this concept and number of times, okay. So my thing is that I will read each and every line one by one, and I will check If, again I am saying it, if the Facebook is there, then you are supposed to remove it. Okay, if the YouTube is there, you have to check it. Okay, you have to again remove it. Now I know the concept, I know the conceptually. Now the same thing I want to implement with practicals. Okay, so for the same, I am opening it. Okay, I am opening it. First I read the data, I read the entire data into the form of the list. So I have to iterate that list. Okay, for iterating that list, we know very good function. Okay, very good function. That function is called loop is called for loop. Prior to go for loop, observe carefully. Now when I read this data, okay, my cursor is moved over here, now again that you have to move cursor over here. Okay, because I open this file into the R plus mode. R plus mode mean it will first read the entire data. After implement it, which mode? It will implement the write mode. Now we know write mode will do, it will remove all the entire data. Okay, and your cursor is still moving over here. First I store the data into temporary variable. That variable is called content. Okay, because I open this file into the R plus mode. First read, and then you have to perform the write mode. Write mode, we know it will remove entire data, and your cursor is moving over here. Okay, add your cursor in. Now what you have to do, you have to move your cursor over here on the starting position. Okay, on the first position, on this position. For moving your cursor on this position, we know there is one function, that method is called seek. Now I am moving a cursor on 0th position, that we already discussed. Don't ask me the seek. Okay, so now your cursor is moved on the top of the file. Okay, now your file is empty. Okay, but your data is stored into this content. So I have to read line by line. Okay, I have to first read 4 line. For I in content. Okay, for the more simplicity, I am doing line in content. Okay, content. Now line will contain your first line. Okay, the line variable will contain your first line. If you have confusion with this line, don't worry about it. I am taking the name I. So I will contain your first line, whatever line that you read inside the content with the help of read lines, and we know read line will give you the list. Okay, give you the list. In I, the first line is there. Now what you have to do, because you are into the else part. Else part mean that if the content is there, then you are supposed to remove it. Okay, now what you have to do. Okay, if, now observe, if. Okay, I am showing you one more function. If not any. Okay, I will tell you the explanation of this not any. Just have a patience. Okay, website in. Okay, website in. Okay, I. So what I have to do, this is the concept of the generator that we already discussed. For website, okay, for website in website list. Now if this one, if not any, then what you have to do, you have to write the same line as it is. F dot write off. I am explaining you, don't worry, write off I as it is. Okay, so the next is if, and what you have to do else, after completion of this, you have to truncate it. Otherwise, truncate that. Okay, file dot truncate. Okay, truncate is a function which will remove the content, okay, without truncate it is very difficult to remove that content. So now I think you have doubt over here. Okay, let me explain this point. So inside Python, okay, what the meaning of this any and all, we have two special functions are there. Okay, I'll show you the two special functions are there. One is any and the second one is all. Okay, one is any and the second one is all. For example, I use any. Okay, I use any. First I will show you any. If any of, let's suppose, false, I am getting multiple boolean values, true, false and true. Okay, and true. So I want to check if any of true, if any of one value true, then the condition would be, sorry, you have to pass you have to pass this list as well. Okay, this list. Okay, now what is the meaning of any? I have a list. Inside my list, okay, inside my list there are multiple value, true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false. Okay, I want to check if there is any true value. Okay, normal English terminology, if a single true value, if any true value, then any will return you true. Okay, any will return you true. Okay, this is special function inside Python. Any and all, two special functions are there. Any mean if inside this list any single value true, okay, any single value true, then the output would be true. Okay, look, just take one more use case. Now here I am making all value false. Okay, all value false. Again I am making false. Okay, I am making false. So if any of value true, let's mean first value is true, then the output is true. Let's suppose no one is true. Okay, so rather than to these do, use the boolean values, because we know it, the bool value. Okay, false, okay, true, okay, true. Now you will get the output. If any of single value is true, then the output is true. My concern is this one. Let's suppose there is a list. Okay, there is a list. Inside list I got thousands of values and thousands of value. If there is a single value true, okay, if there is any single value true, I want to check, is there any true value, any true value, any true value. I'm repeating this. Okay, so we have one more beautiful function that is called any. If I pass this list into any, okay, then if there is even a single true value, then the output would be true. Okay, automatically, you don't write a code for the same. Automatically this code is defined into any. Yes sir, please.
It's only going to be implementing only in the case of true, or it can be implemented on the case of false as well?
Only case of true and boolean. Okay, I'll show you. True, it will normally take the boolean values. Okay, now this time I am making every val false. Okay, every value false. So now this time output would be false, because there is no true value, there is no even single true value. Okay, so another one is all. All mean if all values are false, then the output is false. If the all values are true, then the output is true. Okay, now single value true, then again the output is false. So now observe the use cases of this. Any mean the single normal terminology. Okay, if any of the true, then the output would be true. If in this case any value true, then the output is true. Okay, if all value false, then the output is false. If all value true, then the output is true. If one of the value is true and another values are false, then again the output is false. That I want to check all value. That my condition is, I want to check, is all value true, is all value false. Okay, if all value false, then the output is false. If all value true, then the output is true. This is the concern. In any, if single value true, if any of the person, just consider like this, if any of the student inside the class scored 70% marks, then we are proceed further. Like this, we are proceed further. If no one score more than 70 marks, then we are not supposed to go further. So this is the concept like this. So same thing. Okay, same thing I am implementing over here. If not any, okay, I am reversing it. If not any, normal English terminology. Okay, if not any. Now what is this? This is the concept of the generator. Okay, this is the concept of the generator. Now understand this concept. You have a single line. In a single line, what you want to check? You have a list. You have a multi list. The list contain Facebook, list contain YouTube, list contain xyz.com, list contain yyyy.com. Now this is a single line, these are the multiple value. Now inside a single line you want to check multiple values. Okay, these are the iterable objects. That you want to check. First what you will check? You will check, okay, Facebook is there, YouTube is there, xyz is there, yy is there. Okay, because these are the iterable value, you specify the multiple values over here. So let's suppose after checking it, now let's suppose the Facebook is not there. Okay, the Facebook is not there, the output would be false. Okay, now the YouTube is again not there, but XYZ is there, then output is true. Okay, then the output is true. Now if not any, okay, not any mean that line doesn't contain not any single word of this. It doesn't contain Facebook, it doesn't contain YouTube, it doesn't contain XYZ, it doesn't contain YYY. That's mean this line doesn't contain this content. I have to write this line. That's it. I have to write this line. I simply write that line. If this condition is failed, then what you have to do? You have to simply truncate it. Okay. So truncate it means this condition is failed, then you are supposed to truncate it. That's it. This one is the funda. So I repeat you, kindly, if you have confusion on this, kindly run this step first on the shell, then come back to this. You will get the clarity. I think I explained in great detail what exactly that we want to do. Because this is the website list, because we have multiple items that I want to check against single line. So first I have to iterate it. The same thing, it's iterating it. Okay, it's iterating it. Now this is the concept of the generator, as we seen the list comprehension and generator in the section of the list and the tuple. So now this one, it's giving me one by one, and what I am checking, if, okay, this one in will return always yet or true or false. Always in operator will always return you true and false. In website, let's suppose FB. In I the complete line, whatever line that you read from this content. Okay, now I am checking it. If it is true, then the output is true. If it is false, then again I will check. Okay, I will check. The next will be Facebook. Okay, Facebook is there, rest would be automatically false. Now if any of the true, okay, then the output is true. Now I am checking not true, that's mean false. If not any true, okay, then I am supposed to write. So this time I am supposed to remove it. So this one is a funda. Kindly do it. Okay, kindly do it step by step. If you are confusion into the any, because this is the only way. Otherwise there is no direct possibility that you go on to this point and remove this. Now this is the if you understand this concept into layman term, I read the entire data and I read it one by one, line by line, and I'm checking each line. Is there Facebook? Is there YouTube? Is there XYZ? Okay, if this line contain any of this, okay, then I am not supposed to write it. Why so? Because I am into the fun hours. When I am into the fun hours, I am only selecting those lines which doesn't contain these values. So this is the simply funda. If you understand this concept into the layman term, I am only supposed to write only those lines which doesn't contain FB, doesn't contain YouTube, and doesn't contain this XYZ. Okay, xyz.com. So this one is the conceptual view and the layman term view for this concept. Okay, so now I am showing you it into the running mode. Okay, so the
ask you something, Nitinji?
Yeah, please.
If you go back, yeah. So I understood, right? The two things I want to ask you, because when you said content is F dot red lines, right? F
yes.
Right, and then you said when the file is read already, and it is gonna go back into it by F dot seek, right? It's gonna start from 0. But the whole data is deleted. Then how come you are comparing the website?
No, I read this data. I temporarily store this data into this variable.
Yes.
Okay, yes, what exactly happened after reading this data? I open this file into read mode. First, what exactly happened? I read the entire data and I store this data into the content. This entire data into the content in the form of list. After that, write mode is implemented. This file is empty. Data is stored over here. Okay, data is stored over there. Now after reading the entire data, my cursor is blinking over here. Okay, my cursor is blinking over here, and this content has been removed out. Because I open this file into the R+ mode. Now I have to move this cursor over here. Okay, I have to move this cursor over. Yes, seek 0 will be moved over here. Now cursor is blinking over here. Now what I have to do? Which line? Okay, in this line there are, let's suppose, 10 lines. So I am reading one by one line. Let's suppose this line doesn't contain Facebook, doesn't contain YouTube, then I am supposed to write it. Okay, now move to the next line. Okay, this line contain Facebook? No, this is not contain. But yes, this line contain Facebook and YouTube. Now I don't need to do anything. I will just simply truncate it. Okay. Now it moved to the next one. Okay. It doesn't contain any Facebook, any YouTube, any xyz.com. Now write it.
You're checking one by one.
Yeah, checking this one is a loop which will checking one by one. Okay.
And what is the meaning of truncate?
Truncate mean that if you want to delete it. Truncate mean if you want to delete it. I don't need this, but where should I stop it? Where should I place it? So simply I just truncate it. Okay, so here you have to perform the activity f.truncate, not file, because our file pointer is f. Okay. So this one is the entire script which will work without the human intervention. Now let me check where I am. So right now the time is 11:16 and I block this. Okay, block this from 22 to 23. So I am increasing the time. So first thing I am increasing it. Okay, so let's suppose I am giving it's 30. Okay, 30 minutes. So the blocking is done. For 11 to 10 to 11:30. Okay, 10 to 11:30. So I am saving it. So it's mean I am into the working hour. If I am into the working hour, so what I have to do? I have to remove this. Okay, I remove this. Okay, so now I am just running this script on the fresh scenario. So I made a script. Okay, I made a script. Now I am into the working hour. Working hour mean that what you have to do? You have to write this content into this. So first I will do that activity. Okay, I will do that activity. So I get a error. Why so? Because I forgot to mark the columns over here. Okay, so let me execute. Now I am into the working hour. Working hours mean the content should be written down. Yes, content is written. So now let's suppose I am into the fun hours. Okay, I am into the fun hours. Then what I have to do to enter into the fun hours? So I am removing it. Okay, now I just block these things for 10 to 11. Okay, I save it. Now Control C, I am running it. Okay, now this time the content written inside the files, you can check it out. Now manually I will not use the human intervention. I will take the help of this script. Now I am removing it. Okay, with the help of this script, because now I am into the fun hours. Okay, now I am into the non-working hours. When you are into the non-working hour, that means that content should be removed from these files. Now the content has been removed out. Okay, so this one is the way. Now I am showing you the script automatically work. Okay, script automatically work. So making the time 10 to, let's suppose I am blocking it. So we have to wait for 1 minute. Okay, so 23 colon, now time is 19. Okay, so on 19. So now you can check. So this time, that's mean I am into the non-working hour because time is more than 19. Okay, no more than 19. So let me show you and jump you. The time is from 21. Okay, from 21. So working hours are this one. Now you have to wait for 2 minutes. Okay, now these are the non-working hours. So one second. So sorry to do it. Time is 19 here. Okay, so 22. Okay, after 22, 21 I am taking. After 21, okay, we have to wait for 1 minute. After 21, automatically the script will jump into the non-working hours. I will show you. Okay, now these are the working hours. I am